Good morning. I'm in India in the Himalayas, and I wanted to talk about my new project, The Analog Lawyer. So, I've written a book called The Augmented Lawyer. In it, I talk about all the ways in which AI is going to transform the legal profession. But I left out a lot of stuff. The main issue that really concerns me now is what are lawyers going to be doing when AI inevitably takes over research, writing, drafting, contract analysis, and so on? What are lawyers going to be doing? Are we going to be obsolete? Is there nothing left for the lawyer to work on? In fact, I think there is a new world of opportunity for lawyers. And it includes things like actually counseling clients, negotiating, actually exercising leadership and ethics and morality, actually showing up in person to legal proceedings, to negotiations, to town halls, and doing those things that we all thought we'd be doing when we thought about going to law school, when we dreamed about going to law school, when we watched movies, read books about lawyers. They weren't doing the work that most lawyers actually do. They're helping real people. And the premise of my next book, The Analog Lawyer, will be, what is that about? How do we get to that place? How do we encourage law schools to teach this stuff, to teach practical skills, to double down on clinics? A question that I ask sometimes of audiences is, what's more important in 2026 and beyond? Is it con law, or is it actually understanding how AI tools work in legal practice? And people laugh at me. They say, how could you possibly think legal tech is as important as con law? But think about it. How often does con law come up in everyday practice? How many lawyers actually work on constitutional law issues? Not that many. But many lawyers are actually helping real people navigate everyday problems like real estate issues, family law issues, consumer law issues, bankruptcy, immigration. And law schools aren't teaching people how to talk to people, how to counsel people, how to lead people, how to stand up and be representative examples of people we want in our society. Another fundamental question that I'm grappling with is, what's the purpose of lawyers? For centuries, I think lawyers served as the bridge between the law and the everyday problems that people face. And lawyers serve to navigate people across that bridge. And over time, the bridge became very expensive to build and maintain. And lawyers charged a lot of money to help people cross that bridge. Well, what if that bridge was shorter? What if it was easier to navigate, traverse? What if it didn't exist at all? What if people could address their own legal problems using tools, gathering information on their own, getting documents translated into their native language, or making them more easy to understand? Do we need data to demonstrate that simple innovations like this would work? I don't think so. It's pretty obvious to me that if I don't understand something because it's too complicated and it becomes more simple, then I have more options. I can act, I can make decisions, I can move forward. And so what if that bridge didn't exist at all and people could understand and navigate the law on their own? I mean, that's the world we're headed towards because of AI, because of technology. because of smartphones, the internet access. And so it raises the question, it resurfaces the question, what are lawyers for? What's the point? Why do we exist? Who do we serve? Why do we cost so much? And this is where hopefully I'll be able to add some insight in trying to understand what are lawyers for. I'm questioning my own role, my own purpose as a lawyer, but I think there is a lot of value to offer people in a more basic and fundamental way, which is to help. And that's going to be the purpose, the thesis of the Analog Lawyer. See you next time.